Morning, friends. I trust everyone is well. It's a cold day here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, but it's been sunny this morning and we're enjoying the nice cold weather. Last night I woke up in the middle of the night and started thinking about peanut butter. We like peanuts. Peanuts, you don't want to eat too many peanuts, but you know, peanuts in moderation are very good food. And we grew some peanuts this past summer and I harvested them. And when you go out to harvest your peanuts, you carefully take the plant. If the soil's not, if the soil is kind of broken up and not too hard, you lift the plant up, and then you have peanuts in the bottom of like the roots. Here's a picture of it. It's really interesting how they grow. I mean, God is really a mastermind and a master artist in the garden, and it's interesting how the peanuts grow. So we pull the peanuts off the roots. And then we put them out to dry, and I think I've got a video clip of something. I was taking pictures of the sweet potatoes, but I think I got some of the peanuts in too. I'll put that in, and these are our peanuts kind of laying out to dry. Right, this is the treasure. You have some Carolina rubies, and if you go down a little bit, you see Dianes, and then you got bunch Puerto Ricans, Molokai purple. I don't know on the bottom, you might be able to tell we got a whole lot of peanuts drying. We just harvested a few days ago. And if you go over here, a whole lot more peanuts. And after maybe a couple of weeks, you just, once they're mature and they're dry, then you can put them in a box. And here's the box of peanuts. I took this afternoon. It's a picture. This is what our peanuts look like. So we got a couple of big boxes of peanuts and we roast a few at a time and have them with our meals. Peanuts are good. I like peanuts. But sometimes in the garden, there are many, many lessons that will bless us and encourage us. Everything from the object lessons and the planting, the reaping. You see God's care of the garden through the sunshine, through the rain. Just many, many numerous lessons to be learned in the garden. But occasionally, Revelation 3:19, as many as I love, I rebuke and I chasten. So sometimes in the theater of the garden, in the environment of the garden, the Lord may give us a rebuke or a chastening to help us on our heavenward journey. And I think I got one just recently. Woke up last night thinking about the peanut crop. It reminded me of an experience I had in Brazil. I don't know, it's probably been 10 years ago. Had a friend down there from Austria. His name was Martin. Got invited to go down and do some meetings for the youth. And it was a good experience. I enjoyed myself. We met near the large city of Sao Paulo. We met 2 or 3 different places with young people, 18, 19, 20, enter 20s and 30s, and had nice meetings. And the last weekend before we left, we were in the hills outside of Sao Paulo, and I was thinking, I'm going to be on the plane going back home on Sunday. And the plane food is notoriously not very good, not very healthy. So I said, Martin, if we can, I'd like to try to find some bananas and some peanut butter and some whole grain bread today. And I'll make my lunch for the plane on Sunday. So as we went out on Friday morning to pick up a few things, we went to a few stores and looked for that. It was easy to find the whole grain bread, really good bread. Found the bananas, they're everywhere, but the peanut butter was not easy to find. The first store it had full of sugar and oil, second store full of oil, third store full of sugar and oil. But last place we stopped, it was like a sort of a health food store. Found a jar of peanut butter. On the back it said peanuts and salt. I said, well, thank the Lord, I'm going to have a nice lunch going home on Sunday. And so we went up to set up for the meetings. Now what we're doing is providing a light supper on Friday nights. Then we do the meeting, and we maybe do some singing after the meeting's over. And then we have on the next 2 days, the weekend, we have spiritual topics. I was doing the Friday night meeting. So Martin and I were setting up the chairs, trying to get the food on the table and preparing for their arrival. And then Martin looks at me and he said, Lou, didn't you get some peanut butter today? I just ignored him. I ignored him. Why is he asking me that? 5 minutes later, Lou, didn't you get some peanut butter today? And then the third time, didn't you get some peanut butter today? He said, why don't you get the peanut butter and put it on the table? And I did. I did not want to, but I did. Got the peanut butter out, he put a knife beside it, and then the youth arrived. And as they come through the line, we're serving papaya and pineapple and banana, maybe some crackers. As they come through the line, they see the peanut butter down, they see the peanut butter, and get their knives and begin to take my peanut butter. And after about 20 minutes, there's not a drop left in that jar. And that's it for Sunday lunch, I'm thinking. Bananas and bread on the way home. And then I started the meeting. The subject that night was, believe it or not, selfishness. 1 Corinthians 15:31, I die daily. Die to self. Selfishness. And as I was sharing in the meeting, I thought, I am not practicing what I preach. And when I finished, I said, look, I want to share with you today my experience regarding peanut butter for the plane on Sunday. And I told them exactly what had transpired. And I said, look, all you people, you ate my peanut butter when you came through the line. So we got a good laugh. I apologized for what for my selfishness. And afterwards went back to the room. Martin and I were sharing a room. There was like one bed on one side and one bed on the other side. And as we're getting ready to, because it's cold up there, it's kind of up in the hills outside in the southern hemisphere, that was winter coming on, heard a knock at the door. And went to the door, opened up, and there was a lady there with a blanket, wool blanket. And she said, this blanket is for you, it's going to be cool tonight. And then she handed it to me. I closed the door. Martin said, what do you want? What do you got there? What do you got there? And one blanket and two men. I said, Martin, I got your blanket. And I gave it to him. But I didn't want to. The heart, when it can be, when it's in synchronization with the actions, then you got some real Christianity. And I felt like my heart needed reworked. That was my experience in Brazil. So got my, I left something out. When the meetings were over, when everything was said, after I shared about the peanut butter, everything was finished, I thought. One of the brothers, an evangelist who was doing the food for the meetings, preparing the food, he said, I need to talk to the students just a minute. The participants. They weren't students, the attendees. He came up and he said, look, I want to share something with you and with Brother Lou. He said, I've been buying the food for these meetings. And I finished my shopping this morning, got just what was on my list. And when I finished my shopping, had everything on the list, I had this thought. I think I'm going to buy some peanut butter. And he said he went back and got a carton of peanut butter that was about 4 times the size of the jar that those people had just eaten. And he looked at me and he said, no sugar, no oil. A large container of peanut butter. So when I got on the plane Sunday, I had a nice lunch of peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Luke 6, verse 38. Give, and it shall be given unto you. It's a lesson the Lord is trying to teach me. He fed the 5,000, He can feed us. Take what the Lord has given to us, because Haggai 2:8, the gold is mine and the silver is mine, thus saith the Lord. He owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. It all belongs to Him. And think about all He's done for us, for you, for me. And then we have a little bit of something, and then we begrudge giving it and sharing it with God's people. That's the kind of situation I was in Brazil. And I thought, well, Lord, have mercy on me. Give me a heart that loves to give, just like yours. You love to give. John 3:16, for God so loved the world, He gave. Give me that loving, giving heart. And that's the thought that came back to me in my sleep when it was broken up last night. Because I had this thought a couple of days ago. My wife and I, I'm harvesting the peanuts, she's planting the greens. We got kale and rape and collards and turnips and arugula. We got all kind of nice greens out there. But my wife's got a real giving heart. And so the neighbors around us, she would say, hey sister, you want to come over and pick some greens? Or my brother's one of my neighbors, his wife Arlene. Arlene, you want to come pick some greens? Another lady up the road, you want to come pick some greens? And she's just offering greens to everybody. And then a lady came by a couple days ago with a big shopping bag. She said, I'm here to pick some greens. And I had this thought. My wife's going to give away all her greens. We're not going to have anything to eat. She's going to give it all away. A repeat of Brazil in our garden here out in the woods. Oh Lord, help us to give everything we have to your people if they're hungry. Help me, Lord, not to be selfish. Help self not to keep rising up, but by your grace, help it to be put down and killed forever. And that was my experience last night. I thought, I have been selfish. I am trying to hold on to the things that God has given me and not share it with others. My dear friends, Luke 6:38, give and it shall be give with the right motive. Give with the right intent, with the right heart. Give and it shall be given unto you. So as the holiday season is here, it's on us. Let us not be Scrooges. Let us not be selfish with the things that God has entrusted to us, but help us to be loving and kind and giving. And that does not come natural to my heart. I need a change in my heart. The present I am seeking for this holiday season is a new heart and a new mind. And maybe you desire the same. I know somebody that can give it to us. Romans 12 verse 2, be ye not conformed to this world. Don't think like they think down here on planet Earth. Think like they think up in heaven. Philippians 2:5, let this mind be in you, the same mind that was in Christ Jesus. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And when that mind is changed, it will do what Jesus did. Just a few fishes and loaves, and he gladly gave everything he had. And as he added, God multiplied, and there was plenty to feed all those people. I believe he can do the same today.